Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Luminous in here with another reading. This is for the moon in Cancer transit, starting out on September 11th. Shout out to the bestie. Happy birthday, boo. We have here with this moon in Cancer, there's going to be a lot of action. It's going to be a grand cardinal cross. The moon in Cancer is going to oppose the Capricorn energy, the big three here. And I ain't talking Detroit, boo. Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter in Capricorn. It's going to square Aries, Chiron, and Mars. And it's also going to square Mercury and Libra. So that's the cardinal cross there, the big T, or the big X. But it's also going to sextile to Taurus, Uranus in Taurus, and then the Sun in Virgo on its completion. So we definitely got a lot of activity going here for these few days. Cancer is home with the moon, so this is definitely going to be about trying to find some type of emotional comfort with all the upheavals that are inability to be comforted, or the what we have to do to comfort ourselves. And there will be definitely some major adjustments going on. There will be a trine too with the moon in Cancer to Neptune in Pisces. So there is an opportunity to kind of escape the forced in feeling that may come up with a cardinal cross going on, but there's definitely some decisions to be made. The sun is still going to be going through its opposition to Neptune, so there's definitely some choices being made that has to make sense in our reality in order to move ahead. But there may be a higher aspect of our spirit or our soul that rather our soul needs to see and feel with this moon going through Cancer, that may help us gain some type of emotional security during this moon transit. Also during here, the Venus in Leo is going to trine over to Chiron retrograde in Aries. So here we have some ease that can either bring us some comfort or make us lazy. But we will have some energy flowing to help us feel with this Venus and Leo. It definitely brings the energy of celebration and admiring things, all things that are beautiful, all things that are royal, and manifesting what brings us not only some generous energy, but also makes us feel beautiful, makes us feel important, makes us feel like we are somebody. And nothing signifies that or pumps that up a little bit more, that Leo energy, than with some Aries energy behind it. The sun in Aries is highly exalted, even though the sun rules Leo. So we got the Emperor here at the bottom, of course. Now the moon, being in Cancer, is going to highlight the 11th house to Virgo. So this can definitely do with our ability to network, our friendships, our ability to make money with the group of people we work with, based on our 10th house, how we show up in the world, our public status, our career, or whatever self-discipline we decided to keep during the moon and Gemini transit, that we're now going to see the emotional security of that. And that can definitely trigger a lot of things going on around us with the cardinal cross. So yeah, we have the Emperor here. We have the Emperor again here with this Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. It really bothers me when these don't be straight. I guess it's the Virgo in me. Okay. We have the Death card here, and Neptune on the end, and the Queen of Swords. So definitely going to be something going on. It could definitely be something going on with the media. There definitely could be a media release or a post that goes out that kind of makes people feel like things are in order, but there might be some type of allusion to it. That has to do with a court case or some type of legality that's being uncovered. Somebody being forced to do something that may change everything, but then we find out that there's actually a loophole. Like something like that is what I'm kind of picking up from that initially. And then we have the star card with the Empress and the Lovers. So, and above here, the advice, we have compassionate and unconditional love, change in direction, and as well as endless abundance. And at the bottom of the Thoth deck, we have the Universe card. So something is ending and there's a new beginning. This is Saturn as well, and these are all fixed signs at the corners. So all fixed signs are relative to love. They're the parts of love, the Yahweh, the different elements, the four elements of what love can bring us as an ether holder. So at the bottom, we have the Emperor, the number 4 here. This is about power and dominance, control. This is having power or allowing your power to be taken away from you. Now, with the Page of Pentacles, this is the card of a student, someone who's learning something or just finding out something they can learn about. So, I don't know why I'm thinking about the president. It might be the red suit, but it could definitely mean for us, we can be definitely finding our own president within all of us. There can be some type of rules or regulations that can be getting placed down upon us, or some code, some moral that we are facing on a connectivity level, since this moon transit does have to do with the 11th house. So we can be in circles or groups that are about dominance and, having a leader or being the actual leader and what that actually can entail for us. And there's many different ways on how we can lead people. There are a lot of different ways on how we can lead ourselves in the direction that we are meant to go in. And the associations we make have a lot to do with that. And you definitely want to be a part of a group or be a leader in showing compassion and unconditional love, especially during these times where things are kind of confusing. There is some type of uncertainty in what we should think or we should be learning about. This can definitely do with school systems as well. I'm getting that too. But yeah, the Page of Pentacles is about us having an opportunity to learn something that we haven't learned before. We definitely could have to take on the leadership role of bringing people together, or bringing our own emotional security out of ourselves, and letting that be the power we hold within, than allowing our emotions to be completely manipulated by other people or outside forces like the government or our environment that doesn't even align with us. We don't want to let someone else have dominance and control over our mind or emotions and cause us to feel like we have no way out of it. We definitely want to be more, gentle and kind and loving with ourselves, and taking a new perspective on what that could mean in order for us to feel empowered with our emotions than allowing our emotions to overpower us. Now, with this Death card, of course, he rides the white horse, or she in this deck rides the white horse. But there can be definite change in direction, something completely transformed. And I do say with the media, of course, because we have Neptune here. But there could be, a system in place that, from face value, we could be giving them a lot of power to manipulate and control how we feel. And we come to acquire with this Mercury in Leo transit, how much, with the square too, because, Cancer and Libra square, they're both initiating signs, just like, Capricorn and Aries. But they square because, when you're trying to initiate a new way of feeling and trying to initiate a new way to balance things out and to think about things, because, Libra is air, there can be a conflict with, wanting to start a new way of, balancing things out. But it may bring on emotions that are in complete conflict with what needs to be balanced, and vice versa. How we initiate starting a new way of feeling may be a direct conflict against what's fair and what's balanced. And that can cause an uproar. That can definitely cause, the sun to set with a lot of people in a provoked state. And it can completely change the direction of how everyone sees things, with Neptune being here. And although it is an outer planet, it does have to have a lot to do with generations. So there's groups of people that may feel like they're being cut out, or that you might feel like you're one of those groups of people who are being cut out or being cut off from something, and you need to have a clear-headed perspective on what information or what illusions you're choosing to side yourself with in order to change the direction of your own life. The moon in Cancer, although 11th house to Virgo, is about connecting with people, but you still want to have your own individual mind when it comes to what brings you balance. You don't want to be grouped in with people that you have no shared vision with, you have no shared kindred spirit with, and then you get put in a direction that you actually don't really want to go in. And you want to make sure your mind is very aware of any types of illusions that is forcing you to transform how you think and feel about yourself, if it's not going to put you or keep you in the alignment that is for your greatest good. Now, with the star card here, this is a card about being chosen, healing. This is Aquarius here, which is part of the fixed signs over here. And we have Venus and the Lovers here, and with this endless abundance, there is something to look forward to. There is some form of light at the end of the tunnel, but it's about being in unit. There's some type of unity that has to be called here. We need some form of unity, some form of agreement. And Aquarius is, associated with the 11th house as well. So with that being said, we can definitely manifest through this Cancer house transit some really good friends, or some really good perspectives on what type of people we want to manifest in our life, and who we can grow with and have that shared endless abundance with. That can be from formulating susus, or some type of way so everyone eats, everyone has their needs met, everyone in your community or the community upon which you work have some form of abundance that is equally shared throughout your community. And both of these represent here, this is the ability to manifest the abundance, and this is the ability to choose, decide, have the abundance as well within yourself as well as the next person. And this card shows multiple people in multiple ways. This is a whole being right here, and you got the little Cupid here, but this is a whole being right here that is working to align the divine feminine and divine masculines together. And the divine feminine has way more power than what we've been taught to believe, or what we've been fixed on looking at. And now the healing aspect of that has to take place. It has to take place because the divine order is being changed. Like we need to get on the movement. We need to get on the earth's vibration and understand that there is going to be a change in direction, but you don't have to follow what the TV or some bot social media accounts is telling you to do. That will ultimately lead you to some form of damnation. You can actually choose with a clear head on what you want to cut off and what you want to align yourself with, that's going to actually bring you the endless abundance that you want. And because this has to do with who we align ourselves with based on who we show up as, you definitely want to be precise in the type of disciplinary actions you take upon yourself, because that's going to, guide you to a group or a perspective of a group, being altruistic, of course. You want to be fair in how you view others as much as you view yourself, especially with this Libra energy here, the Queen of Swords. But it's like with that in your back pocket, Libra here as well, or Taurus, you want to make sure whatever it is that you're manifesting into your reality, based on all the changes you've made during this Virgo season, is one that is going to bring you, people in your life, or align you with thoughts and ideas in your life that's going to, promote exactly what it is that you want to see in your life, like for a long time, for a while. And this is a 3 and this is a 6, so it's like whatever you express, whatever you're willing to express, to the universe, to the womaniverse, that energy has the ability to come right back to you, and it can either heal you, and when you give back, give thanks, make sacrifices, what I'm saying, that energy could come back and heal you and help you in various ways in order to get the endless abundance that you're looking for. And everything is kind of community based, that I feel right now, just because it does have to do with the 11th house. We are on the brink of a whole new way of living, as humans here. Even though we are spirits, we're having a human experience. That human experience is going through a complete shift and change. And if you haven't noticed it, you're definitely about to wake up to it as much as possible, because, the spiritual war is on, and it's been going on for a while now. So definitely take your power back as much as possible. Allow the trinkets and the gifts that you receive from taking your power back to, help you to continue to go in that direction and away from things that are going to try to, tempt you, I want to say. But because Neptune is down here, and that's going to be opposing the sun in Virgo, you will have to make a choice on what you choose to believe about the world. And some things you may have to let go of that, you thought was your true reality, but that's truly not your reality, because it's holding you back in some form. And you want all the abundance you can get, because it's enough out here for everybody. You don't have to have a scarce or a lack mentality. There's enough for everybody. Okay. So definitely word of advice during this moon in Cancer transit, don't allow your emotions to be, manipulated by other things and other people. Maintain your soul experience to be what it is that you want it to be and what you make it. Albeit, there are things outside of our control that we cannot, physically change, but you have complete and total control over your emotions and how you choose to feel about things by rewiring your mind. The mind is all. So if you choose to allow yourself to have compassion and unconditional love for yourself, when you do have a need to change direction, you will see the endless abundance that comes with that, than staying stuck in a phase that's really not helping you. Long-term success is what we want here. Fixed long-term success. Alrighty. So that's your reading for the moon in Cancer transit for 2020. Correcting that vision. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe. You can follow me on social media, as well as book a personal reading with the link down below in the description. Have a good one. Peace.